Good evening, I'm Uday Pratap Singh. You're watching NewsX's special show. This is specifically on the big day today, the release day of Bahubali, the conclusion. The world today learns why Kattappa killed Bahubali as SS Rajamouli's magnum opus released in over 9,000 screens across the world, with 6,500 screens in India and over 1,100 screens in the United States.
It was amazing. I really liked the movie. I mean, the visuals and all, they have improved a lot from the first part.
It's a reasonably good and good answer how he has killed Bahubali.
It was very nice. Picture is very nice. We are happy to see this movie.
Yes, it was a very great movie and it is the Indian best movie.
Too awesome, too awesome.
Was it worth the wait?
Yeah, too much, too much.
You got all the answers?
All the answers.
Okay. We won't ask you what it is, but आप खुश हो answer से?
बहुत खुश.
Yeah, why he killed Kattappa, I got the answer, yeah.
Happy with the answer?
Yeah, it's
कैसी थी
mind blowing, sir.
जवाब मिल गए सारे?
बिल्कुल एकदम
कैसी थी मूवी?
अच्छी थी.
Enjoy किया?
बढ़िया, अच्छी.
Acting कैसी थी?
काफी अच्छी थी.
और first से ज़्यादा? फर्स्ट से बेटर?
हाँ, फर्स्ट से बेटर है.
इससे अच्छा मैंने कोई मूवी नहीं देखी लाइफ में. मतलब फर्स्ट तो कुछ भी नहीं है, इसके सामने कुछ भी नहीं है.
How's the movie?
It was very good. It was too good.
You got all the answers you were waiting for?
Yeah. All the answer. It was very good.
मलयालम में देखी.
बिल्कुल सुपर डुपर हिट.
हाँ, बहुत अच्छी है, बहुत अच्छी है.
ऑसम मूवी है यार, फर्स्ट पार्ट के जैसी मूवी है और बहुत मजा आया, बहुत एंजॉय करा.
तो वेट जो 2 साल का था, वर्थ इट था?
बिल्कुल वर्थ था. बिल्कुल उन्होंने 2 साल जो मेहनत की है वो हमने एंजॉय की है.
Yeah, it's awesome.
Better than the first one?
Yeah, better. Most better than this. Is like a Hollywood type, and everything is perfectly.
So those, of course, were some of the initial reactions of viewers as they caught the first day, first show in various theatres across the country. I want to go live across to Mumbai. We have Faizan, my colleague, joining us live. Faizan, first question to you, where exactly are you standing in Mumbai, and what is the kind of euphoria and hype you've been witnessing at theatres in the maximum city, which is known for its Bollywood releases, but today it's paying houseful to this big South Indian film release?
Yeah, well, we are here in the Getty Galaxy, the well-known movie theatre here in Mumbai at Bandra. You can see the crowd here, and there are some people who have joined. They are about to go and watch the movie, and you can see the crowd who is coming out from the theatre. Thus now the show has got over. They have gone inside at 2:30. Now the show has got over. You can see the people who have joined. There are some who are about to watch this movie. They are really excited. As we can see, since the counter has gone open. Let's talk to them. आपने मूवी देखी है?
नहीं, अभी नहीं देखी है. 6:30 का शो है हमारा.
कितने एक्साइटेड हैं?
बहुत ज्यादा हूँ, क्योंकि पहली मूवी देखने के बाद और ऑब्वियसली ये बढ़ गया है कि कटप्पा ने क्यों मारा. आखिरकार ये सस्पेंस रखा है राजामौली सर ने, तो वो देखने में बहुत मजा आएगा कि उसको किस तरह से वो पेश करेंगे.
You might have got the answer. आपने ऑलरेडी मूवी देख ली है.
हम देख के बहुत अच्छा है, बहुत पसंद आया.
किस तरह से आप देखते हैं बाहुबली 1 और बाहुबली 2 में किस तरह से कंपैरिजन करते हैं?
बहुत अच्छा लगा. बहुत बाहुबली 1 से बाहुबली 2 बहुत अच्छा लगा.
अपार्ट फ्रॉम दिस, व्हाई कटप्पा किल्ड बाहुबली, और क्या कुछ देखा आपने?
वो अभी अपना दुश्मनी कैसे निकाला वो सब अभी आया है सामने.
सी द ह्यूज क्राउड गैदर हुआ है. आपने मूवी देखी है? क्या कहेंगे आप? मूवी देखी है आपने?
बहुत अच्छी है.
कैसी लगी आपको?
ठीक लगी, अच्छी लगी. बहुत बढ़िया पिक्चर है.
So there are some kids. आपने देखी मूवी?
नहीं.
अच्छा, आप देखने के लिए जा रहे हैं?
नहीं. हाँ.
So you can see the huge crowd to the conclusion. You can see there are some other youngsters who want to join us. So आप बताएंगे?
नहीं भाई, देख कर नहीं आया, मस्ती कर रहा है.
आपने देखी मूवी?
अरे यार बोलो ना यार.
अभी देखे तो आप जा.
So well, you can see really we have seen the huge excitement since Tuesday. When the counters got open, almost almost all the tickets are in the multiplexes in Mumbai is almost full, and you can see today is Friday. If you talk about the Saturday and Sunday, the tickets are all the multiplexes.
So it's Friday, the first day of the weekend, the first day of the release, and already there are big houseful boards across theatres in the country. So good news, of course, coming in for the Bahubali producers. Faizan, stay with us. We have Arnab Banerjee, film critic, joining us as well, live from Delhi. But before I come to you, Mr. Banerjee, I want to quickly open it out for our viewers as well. A quick announcement, our viewers can call in. We're opening out our phone lines. It's a call-in show now. We're putting out our numbers there on your screens. Whatever be your thoughts, your opinions, you can share them with us live. Have you seen the movie? Have you booked your ticket? Are you not able to get a ticket? Whatever you want to say or whatever be your experience, you can call us and share it with us. Arnab Banerjee, coming to you. What really is the USP, Mr. Banerjee, of this film? You are a film critic. You've been looking at the industry, analyzing it for years now. What really has led to this euphoria around brand Bahubali?
Well, the euphoria is definitely because of the hype created and also the scale. I mean, we haven't seen such a big budget film dubbed in so many languages in India so far. And of course, the first part came 2 years ago. And ever since then, there has been so much of curiosity among cinegoers, young and old alike. I mean, when I say old, I'm referring to a lot of middle-aged people and also some 50 plus, some 60 plus people, because, you know, this is the kind of a film which I think interests a lot of people. And because of media, because of social media, because of digitization, you know, we live in an age when we get to know so much about South Indian films also in India. This is the only Hindi release. This is technically a Telugu film, but it has been dubbed in Hindi. So this is the only Hindi release this week. So this kind of thing has never happened before. So a lot of you know, curiosity, a lot of expectations, I would say, and of course the scale. The big budget, the graphics, the computer graphics, everything on such a large scale has never been seen before.
Have you seen the movie as yet, Mr. Banerjee?
Yes, I've seen it. I saw it in the
so
morning
quickly,
today.
how many stars will you give it? And then just describe what you thought about it. Typical question, I know, but since you are a film critic, we have to ask you.
Well,
I have to take mauke ka fayda.
You know, I hate giving ratings to films because, you know, somehow, you know, creativity cannot be, somehow you don't know how viewers are going to take it. Some people only look at the ratings and then go and watch a film. So people don't read the reviews half the time. But yes, since you've asked me, I would say it's 3.5 out of 5 on a this has been made on a very, very large scale. We had seen the earlier one, which had a definite storyline. This one also has a storyline, but in terms of the narrative, I would say in terms of plot, this has less of plot than the earlier one. The one question that everyone will look for answers in this film is answered a little too, I would say, it's a lame one, you know, because we would expect something more because people were really looking forward to the answer. Why did Kattappa kill Bahubali? In terms of all the technicalities, you know, it is a great film. It is something mounted on a very, very large scale. But one thing I'd like to say, you know, we see so many of these films these days. We live in an age when we are exposed to a lot of Hollywood cinema, a lot of cinema from across the world, that we have also become technically savvy in many ways.
Okay.
I'm talking about the common man, the audiences. They can differentiate between a bad film and a good film, good computer graphics and bad computer graphics. So people who enjoy good cinema, they are not all of the same variety. There are people who enjoy good technical gloss in a film. There are people who.
No, that's a valid point you're making, and of course that's why the graphics have been praised this time, Mr. Banerjee, as being, of course, you know, at par with world cinema. That's been one of the USPs, definitely, of the film. I had spoken to some people who saw the movie as well this morning, and they were, of course, praising the special effects and graphics, claiming it was as far, even possibly better than the first part. But stay with us because we are being joined by more guests and more reporters live now.
Definitely better than the first part.
Mugilan, we have. I'll just come back to you, Mr. Banerjee. I'll just come back to you, Arnab. But we have with us Jayaprakash. Jayaprakash joining us live from Bengaluru. Jayaprakash, take us through the kind of euphoria that's erupted in Karnataka. It almost didn't get screened there, but it's happened finally to the benefit of the viewers there who have finally got to know why Kattappa killed Bahubali, and many other questions have been answered. And do you also have a special guest with you, Jaiprakash? Over to you.
Well, absolutely, Uday. The movie seems to be, have lived up to the expectation. The epic movie is finally out. 5 shows we are seeing in Bangalore. In fact, we are right now inside Orion Mall, the PVR Cinemas, which is showcasing the epic movie Bahubali 2. And I have with me movie buffs and also a celebrity, a movie star of Karnataka, who's got quite a reputation for his childhood roles in Malgudi Days and Stone Boy, Manjunath. Manjunath, you've come for this movie. How is the experience, and you've been waiting for this?
Oh, it's been fantastic. The visuals are absolutely amazing, and it's really nice after a long time to see, I don't want to say Indian cinema because we are less than anybody else, but then the visual, the special effects, the kind of effort that's gone into this making, and being the movie guy myself, I know it must have been extremely difficult, but it's amazing. I've had a blast.
What are the main takeaways, the moments of the movie which you cherish the most?
See, usually it's very easy to kind of get lost in the special effects and throw in too much. I would say hats off to Rajamouli sir, because he's kept true to the story. He's never lost of the sight of the fact that it's the story that needs to be told. So you're always riveted with the actors, the performances, and the visuals blow your mind at the same time. So the combination is awesome.
How do you rate 2 compared to 1?
It's actually 2 different movies, in the sense that, of course, you need to see one to kind of have a context as to what the second is. But the way he's woven things around, it's a proper movie on its own. And glad to say that, Indian filmmakers can take this as a launching pad to do all our wonderful Ramayana, Mahabharata, and all the kings that, wonderful history that we have. It'll be, I think, an ideal platform to take our stories from there and tell it to all the kids, future generation.
Are you sad that the sequel is over?
Not exactly. See, we are all from movies, so it's like more so. There could be a prequel, there could be anything, there could be like another generation. We are good at such things, so there's nothing like sad. You always look forward to the next best stuff.
Well, Uday, that you heard him, the man from the film industry himself going on narrating his experience about the epic movie.
Thanks, Jaiprakash, for joining us with Manjunath there. Please do stay with us. I want to quickly cut live across to Mugilan now. Mugilan joining us from Chennai. Mugilan, I believe the show has just got over there. What is the kind of euphoria that has been building up there in Tamil Nadu ever since the movie released this morning?
Yeah, we can see the crowd just coming out of the show. These are the people who just witnessed why Kattappa has killed Bahubali, and we are joined by senior journalist and a film critic Lata here. We will have a lot of questions to ask her. Let me put some questions to her. Now, how do you rate this film?
I think it was a brilliant film. Bahubali 2, Rajamouli has definitely not let us down. My personal rating is 4.5 on 5 for this film. And everybody who wanted to know why Kattappa killed Bahubali is going to get their answer, and it's an amazing answer, I must say this.
Particularly in Bahubali, people cutting across all the ages talk about the cinematography, the music, the artwork, the graphics. Can you please elaborate on it?
See, the visuals are just beyond, larger than life. It leaves, you can't even imagine the kind of visuals and the grandeur and the scale with which he has taken. And the music by M.M. Keeravani, I must tell you, is brilliant. Mythological in nature, the background music, it's so important to lift the film, and Keeravani has done such a wonderful job. Whether you're 5 or whether you're 50, you're going to enjoy this film thoroughly.
Which one is better now, Bahubali or Bahubali 2, the conclusion?
Both the films, you have to see both the films, and in fact, let me tell you this, I'm going to be watching it again, so.
Now, hello, back to you.
Okay, Mugilan, stay with us. Thanks for getting us that quick update from Lata Srinivasan there, but don't go anywhere. I want to quickly go back across to Faizan if I can, but before I go to Faizan, I'm being told we're getting viewers calling in, because remember it is a call-in segment, so I want to quickly get in some viewers as well. Suman joining us from Baroda now. Suman, go ahead. Okay, we've lost that line, but we have Venkat calling in from Hyderabad. Venkat, go ahead.
Hello?
Yeah, Venkat, we can hear you. Go ahead. Please put your volume down of your television and go ahead. What do you want to say?
It's a really visually wonderful movie. Hello?
Yeah, Venkat, we can hear you. Go ahead.
Yeah, I saw benefits today morning. Hello?
Okay, so you saw it today morning and you really enjoyed it. I'll just tell our viewers, when you're calling in, just reduce the volume of your TV set, put it on mute because there is audio disturbance otherwise. But quickly, going back to Arnab Banerjee, film critic, still with us. Arnab Banerjee, you watched the movie as well this morning. Have you also got the answer to why Kattappa killed Bahubali and many other questions which were left unanswered in the first part? And were you satisfied with the answers you got? Did you feel your wait was worth it of 2 years?
I think people will get all the answers. Yes, all the answers. In fact, I think this was specifically made with the view to allowing the viewers get all the answers. You know, and I don't think he wants any other film after this, because all the answers that were asked in the first that remained unanswered in the first one have been answered. So, in terms of, as I said, the curiosity, which was on a very, very high scale, I think
so all the questions have been answered. All the questions have been answered, as you're saying. We're being joined by a viewer again. So I want to quickly get in Suman from Baroda, who is calling in. Suman, go ahead.
Yeah. Regarding Bahubali, I would say this was like a love story, scenes from Mahabharata and so many other stories, and it is put into it. The visuals are good, but they are very unnatural. They are very and there have been plenty of mistakes which I have found out in this movie. There are so many mistakes also.
Okay, so some flaws are there. Some flaws are there as well, as you're saying. It's not all perfect. Thanks, Suman, for joining us from Baroda there. Mugilan, coming back to you very quickly. I want to get quick updates now from our viewers, because I do understand they'll have people waiting with them as well. So I'm going to go to Faizan and Jayaprakash. Just be on standby. But Mugilan, to you first. You were saying the audiences were just leaving over there. We could see a lot of people streaming out. Have you managed to catch up with some of them? Ask them how they felt, how they liked the movie?
Right. Yeah, we were joined by a group of youngsters who just watched the movie. We'll put a question to them. Is the curiosity of knowing why Kattappa killed Bahubali has been answered probably? How do you think?
I think from the beginning of the movie, makes the curiosity makes you to sit in edge of the seat actually. Even the film goes on through the same actually. That makes every audience like very crazed to watch the movie actually.
How do you see the other perspective of the movie? There's art or the graphics or the cinematography or the music. How do you see those things?
Even the VFX and everything that makes you to like you're like watching the movie in front of like live in a live mood. It's just like.
What do you feel? What do you feel of the movie?
Oh, actually, the expectation is fulfilled 100% for the Bahubali 2. We're expecting more by the next film by the director.
Okay, so they're expecting much more. Jayaprakash, if I can quickly draw you in here, what are the people around you saying? Of course, you got us Master Manjunath's reaction there, was very happy, giving us the film industry's perspective. What about the Aam Aadmi? What do they think?
Well, I have with me a movie buffs also who happened to watch the movie today. What's your name?
My name is Nagendra.
And you enjoyed the movie?
Excellent. It was a nice movie. First thing first, finally, I have to say the wait is over, right? We have been waiting it for almost a year and a half now. And it's great that we came and we have this movie experience altogether. I can call it as an experience. And we all know, right, it's quite challenging. The first part is always easy to make. And finishing a movie is always difficult.
Because there's a lot of expectation built up, and then people come with a lot of expectations, so it's very difficult to live up to that expectation.
That is one part of it.
So a lot of expectations, and some of them, of course, have been met. I'm coming straight back to Faizan in Mumbai. After this quick break, we also have some callers who are still on hold. I'll ask our other viewers too. You can call in, our numbers flashing there on your screens. Taking a quick break. We're back with this big story after that. Straight across live to Mumbai, where Faizan is being joined by more people. Faizan, have they seen the movie? What are they saying about it?
Well, in fact, let's talk to them. We have been joined by some youngsters. You can see what we have seen. What is your experience in the movie?
Like SS Rajamouli has done an amazing job. It's a wonderful movie. Its graphics are amazing, and the background music is also good. The characters have done their role well, and this movie takes Bollywood to another level. Like you won't, if someone you ask them, like, is this movie good? It's amazing, they'll say. It's not only for the people of 50, it's for all ages. Everyone will enjoy it.
So you guys haven't seen this movie to get the answer why did Kattappa kill Bahubali. You haven't seen the another parts of this movie, right?
Yeah, for sure. And I really liked the story. It was very engrossing and had me hooked till the end.
There's some other people. What is your experience to share with us?
Like we have waiting for the last 2 years for the Bahubali 2. Now we have enjoying music's background, graphics and all these things. Especially Kattappa roles. It's amazing and play very well role in these movies. And also like everyone, youngster and old ages and everything watch this movie. It's an awesome movie.
So you can see people here saying that there's not only a suspense, the Bahubali 2 has taken to the Indian cinema to another level. Have been joined by another person. आप बताइए किस तरह का एक्सपीरियंस रहा?
सर 2 साल से ये सस्पेंस समझ में नहीं आता कि कटप्पा ने बाहुबली को क्यों मारा. ये 2 साल का जो इतना बड़ा इंटेंशन पूरा पब्लिक 10 करोड़ पब्लिक जो उसमें बैठी हुई थी, आज जो सस्पेंस आज खुलने वाला है. तो मैं जस्ट अभी तो जा रहा हूँ मूवी देखने के लिए. मैं सोच रहा था रिलीज होगी या नहीं होगी, तो आज रिलीज हो गया तो मैं बहुत खुश हूँ. आई एम हैप्पी. और खास करके जो SS राजमौली है उसको मैं विश देना चाहता हूँ कि उन्होंने ये ऐसी मूवीज बनाई है. मैं इमेजिन नहीं कर सकता है कि आज के डेट में बॉलीवुड से हॉलीवुड जैसे बॉलीवुड पिक्चर भी हम बना सकते हैं आज के डेट में. और दूसरी बात जो रबास है जिन्होंने जो एक्ट किया, जो बॉडी जो पिकअप किया उन्होंने, मैं उनको थैंक्स बोलना चाहता हूँ कि आने वाले जनरेशन उनको देख के आज बॉडी जिम चालू हो जाएगा.
Mumbai, people of Mumbai enjoying Bahubali, the euphoria of course triumphing there. All the Bollywood releases of all the Bollywood actors in Mumbai have been clearly forgotten today as people go for Bahubali. We're being joined now by Harleen as well from Delhi. Harleen, how are people in Delhi reacting to Bahubali, the conclusion? Has it lived up to its expectations? Has the wait been worth it?
Yes, well, I'm being joined by a few people that have just come out of the show, and I'm being joined by these people. Ma'am, आप अभी शो से बाहर आई हैं. आपका एक्सपीरियंस कैसा था?
मूवी के लिए बहुत प्यारी मूवी है, बहुत प्यारी.
और इससे पहले जो पहला पार्ट था उसमें जो हाइप क्रिएट हुआ था उसके बाद डू यू थिंक दैट इट हैज लिव्ड अप टू द हाइप?
जो मूवी पहले आई थी वो ठीक थी, लेकिन उससे अकॉर्डिंग बहुत अच्छा स्पेस है इसमें मूवी.
और आपके लिए बेस्ट पार्ट्स क्या रहे हैं इस मूवी में, विदाउट गिविंग एनी स्पॉयलर्स ऑफ कोर्स?
इसमें कॉमेडी जो बहुत अच्छी लगी है, इसमें थोड़ी बहुत कॉमेडी, थोड़ा एक्शन, बहुत मजा आया मूवी देखने में.
Thank you. I'm also being joined by 2 small children here. आपको कैसी लगी मूवी?
अच्छी लगी,
बहुत अच्छी लगी. और बेस्ट एक्टर आपको इसमें कौन लगा?
बाहुबली. बोलो. हाँ, बाहुबली.
We are joined by this young man here. आपको कैसी लगी मूवी?
बहुत अच्छी.
और आपका फेवरेट पार्ट क्या थे?
Okay, just stay with us. We're out of time for the time being, but I'm going to request all our panelists, our special guests, our reporters to stay with us. Our phone lines remain open as well because this will be our big focus.
Muglin from Chennai also with us. Will be a couple of other colleagues. Faizan joins us from Mumbai, and we'll be having a special guest as well. We'll go across to him in just a bit, but let's start with Muglin in Chennai. Muglin, if you can hear me right now, look straight into the camera first. All right, I don't think he's connected right now, so we'll go across to Harleen, who will be joining us as soon as she's patched through. Muglin, if you can hear me right now, Bahubali 2 has released today. There's Bahubali mania everywhere. Has Chennai succumbed to the power of Bahubali 2?
If there is 2-3 minutes, तो मैं मतलब 1 आधा मिनट है कि it is already here.
And out of the theatre, there are people who still at the gates waiting to watch the movie. We are joined by a family here. Let us put a word to him. Let's ask their expectations for the movie.
why Kattappa killed Bahubali is a main expectation to see this movie, and we are very eager to see what the real happenings. The man Rajamouli is a very good, and he is the myth of historical of India. He has to take the India to the next level of film industry. So we are very eager to see this, and the screenplay which he played in the first part is very good, and we have to watch the second how we handle the screenplay in second part also. We are very much eager to see this thing.
These are the reactions what we're getting in from the people who gathered to watch the movie.
Muglin, have you watched Bahubali 2 yet?
Just right after the live.
All right, right after the live, Muglin will go watch Bahubali 2. Stay with us, Muglin. We'll come back to you in just a bit as well. Jayaprakash joining us from Bangalore right now. Jayaprakash, if you can hear me, Bahubali 2 is a phenomenon, nothing short of it, not just in the country, but also internationally. An unprecedented 1,100 screens is what Bahubali 2 will get in the US. Back home in India, there is Bahubali mania everywhere. Bahubali merchandise is flying off the shelves everywhere. What's the response in Bangalore, especially after the controversy? Is all well now in Bahubali's Kannada fans?
Has been put to rest now, Atar. As you can see, the film has got massive response. 5 shows altogether from morning. The first show was at 4 in the morning today, and that was called the fan show. And after that, we have seen about 4 shows now, and the 5th one is ongoing here. We are at the Orion Mall, and where the Inox is showcasing this movie. In fact, Tamil, Telugu, Hindi, all 3 language movies are running now in this multiplex, and we get to hear that all the tickets are booked till Monday. And the tickets are priced quite expensive, 650 rupees for the regional languages and 1,200 for Hindi movie. So that's the kind of price people are paying, but they never mind paying this kind of money for the ticket to watch the epic movie, Athar.
All right, Jayaprakash, stay on. We'll go across to Faizan now, who's joining us from Mumbai. Faizan, even though Bahubali is originally a movie made in Telugu, it has crossed the language barrier. There are multiple translations of it. It's a Hindi version. There is a Kannada version. I'm sure there's a Tamil version as well. How is the response to Bahubali 2 in Mumbai, the city of dreams, the city of movies in India originally?
Camera person to show you the crowd. You can see the huge people are coming in the huge number. There's a huge queue to watch this Bahubali, the much and the most awaited movie. There are some people. Let's talk to them. आप मूवी देखने जा रहे हैं?
जी हाँ जा रहे हैं.
क्यों इतने एक्साइटमेंट?
अरे भाई बहुत काफी दिनों से इंतजार था भाई. हाँ अच्छी होगी. जब फर्स्ट पार्ट अच्छा था तो सेकंड भी ऑब्वियसली अच्छा होगा.
आप कुछ बोलना चाहेंगे?
यही बोलना चाहेंगे, देखना है कटप्पा ने बाहुबली को क्यों मारा. सवाल एक ही है.
Most of people you can see they really want to know the suspense. Why did Kattappa kill Bahubali? This is the reaction we are getting across the India. But there are some people who are talking about not only this, the suspense. There are some reasons. This Bahubali, they have taken the Indian cinema to the another level. You can see lots of people are talking about this. There are some other people talk to them. आप देखने जा रहे हैं मूवी?
हाँ जी, बाहुबली देखने जा रहे हैं.
क्या है एक्साइटमेंट की वजह इतनी?
जी
क्या क्यों इतना एक्साइट क्यों है आप देखने के लिए?
बहुत खुशी हो रहा है. पहला पार्ट हिट.
आप कुछ देखना चाहेंगे? बहुत भीड़ है यहाँ. पहली बार ऐसा हो रहा है किसी फिल्म को देखने के लिए?
बिल्कुल, ये बहुत दिन से वेट कर रहे थे, काफी सालों से, और दो सालों के बाद शायद आया मूवी, और बहुत ज्यादा एक्सपेक्टेशन है.
So here's the family you can see. यहाँ से काफी. मैम आप बताना चाहेंगे?
बोलो ना.
चाहेंगे लाइव ऑन द NewsX आप बताना चाहेंगे क्यों इतनी एक्साइटमेंट है आप फैमिली के साथ?
जब मैंने फर्स्ट देखा था तो मुझे बहुत अच्छा लगा, तो मैं बहुत एक्साइटमेंट हूँ कि मैं सेकंड देखूं करके.
So would you like to?
हाँ एक्साइटमेंट तो है.
क्यों बाहुबली देखने के लिए?
फर्स्ट अच्छा लगा तो सेकंड देखना ही है, क्यों मारा करके.
आप यही देखना चाहते हैं कि कटप्पा ने बाहुबली को क्यों मारा? Ma'am,
all right, Faizan, we can gauge the excitement really. And Mumbai, I believe you're at that particular cinema hall which is known for having screens there. All the big Hindi movies have a tremendous response there, and I'm sure Bahubali will be no different. Let's go across now to Harleen, who's joining us from Delhi NCR. Harleen, what is the response in Delhi NCR as far as Bahubali is concerned? Does it match up to Bahubali mania across the country?
people have loved the second part of the movie that was much awaited, the much awaited movie, the much awaited release of the year. I am being joined by a few people that have just come out of the last show that was there. You watched the show Bahubali 2. How do you think? What was your experience?
Well, it's a very huge movie. I really like it. I mean, I have never seen such kind of movie in Indian cinema before. I mean, it's really big movie.
And has it lived up to the expectations and the hype?
Certainly, it is huge movie and people would love it.
And what were the favorite parts? What were the best parts? Of course, not giving out the spoilers. What were the best parts of the movie?
The action scenes and the story and the turning point. Why Kattappa killed Bahubali? This is the marvelous brain.
I am being joined by another fan here. Ma'am, how was your experience watching the second part of the much awaited movie?
The movie was good. The special effects, graphics were awesome. The only thing is I feel the hero can do anything. So that is the, the climax, that hero can do anything. But otherwise, on the whole, very nice movie. I love the first part and the second part is equally good. Very nice.
Do you think it has lived up to the hype that was created after the first part of this movie?
I think yes, because as he also said that it has really lived up to the expectation. People were waiting for the special effects and all the story behind it which was created. So it was on the whole a very nice movie and I think it will live up to the expectation.
So Athar, as you can see here that the people are actually enjoying the second part of the much anticipated release of the year. Yeah.
All right, Anlene, thank you for that report. We'll also go across to our film critic guest who's joining us right now, Arnab. Arnab, thank you for joining us, Arnab Banerjee. Let me ask you a very critical question here. Bahubali raised the bar, the first one that is, as far as VFX are concerned, as far as the scale of storytelling is concerned. Bahubali 2 obviously comes with raised expectations. I'm not sure if you watched the movie, but the reviews we are getting, it does look like Rajamouli has bested himself as well.
Well, something about the film that everyone knows about, which is the film is larger than life. Whether it's the story, the sets, the characters. So obviously there are a lot of expectations. But I think the filmmaker is not really looking at the emotional content of the film. Because in terms of a storyline, this is rather weak. The second film is rather weak.
Would you say, Arnab, would you say, Arnab, one second, Arnab, would you say that because the first movie was so successful, in terms of the money-making abilities or the kind of scale it saw, that was something new for Indian moviegoers, a desi sort of a movie coming up with such goods. Now, would you say that could have been a factor when he was coming up with a sequel? It had to be bigger, larger, better, and somewhere the storytelling aspect of it, as you say, the story itself is nothing great to write home about. Would you say that was a casualty of the fact that the first one was so successful and the expectations rose?
Maybe that's the reason, because, as I said earlier also, that, the director wants to give us an experience. It's the experience that matters the most. So for once, people can put aside their colas and their popcorns and focus on the gloss that we see on screen. The emotional content is rather weak and a little predictable also, because at a certain point you know what's going to happen next. So which is why I think there was a lot of importance given to the computer graphics, and also people have already said this earlier.
Right.
It is comparable with the best in the world. So I think if he had focused on the emotionals also, somewhere probably he would not have done justice. But that's what I feel.
Arnab, you of course are speaking as a film critic, and that is your job really, to come up with the shortfalls or the shortcomings of the movie. I'm sure the viewing janta would be more than happy to see a sequel. and wouldn't really concentrate on that. And they, of course, would be blown away by the graphics, the VFX, and the larger scale of things, essentially, in the movie. Let's go across to Jayaprakash now, who's joining us from Bangalore. Jayaprakash, I believe you have some people who've just watched the movie or about to see the movie. Let's get some reactions, Jayaprakash.
Well, I did have some people who, in fact, had come after watching the movie, and many of them are getting inside the theaters as the show is about to begin. In fact, 3 to 4 screens are running this movie in about 3 languages. And let me just correct you, there is no Kannada version of Bahubali because there is a dubbing restriction in Karnataka. So that being the case, just Hindi, Telugu and Tamil which is running. And but though there is no Kannada version of Bahubali, we have got tremendous response given the fact that Bangalore is a cosmopolitan city with a lot of Telugu, Tamil and Hindi population residing in the city because of the tag that it's an IT city, and lot of migratory working class that have settled in Bangalore. In fact, many theaters did put up 5 shows and single screen theaters had 5 shows starting at as early as 4 in the morning called the Fan Show, and it was quite surprising to see people walking out of cinema halls at 7 in the morning. So that is how how early people woke up to catch up the epic movie in Bangalore.
Looking at the kind of response Jayaprakash has gotten even in a city where the Kannada version is not available, would it be unfair to say that this perhaps is going to cross all expectations money-wise? It's going to be a bigger movie than the previous one?
It looks like because of the hype around the movie, whenever a movie makes noise for all the right or wrong reasons, then definitely it attracts a lot of attention. And this has been counterproductive for Rajamouli and team because of the pro-Kannada organizations that have in fact called for a ban and banning of this movie. Now that issue has been put to rest, but it got the adequate publicity, and the movie got amplified. So that being the case, 43 crores, that is what the distributor has spent money for distribution rights for this movie in Bengaluru and Karnataka. 100 screens are running this movie, and definitely it is going to be a big moolah ringer for Rajamouli here from Karnataka. You can expect at least about 150 to 200 crores collection, box office collection from Karnataka.
Absolutely. The money, of course, is a huge deal given the fact that this is a big money spinner, a complete, very, very famous for such movies. If you are, let's talk to some more people.
Well, in fact, it's 6:30 show right now. Here I'm at the Getty Galaxy, as you said. It's a very famous movie theater in Mumbai. You can see it's still the crowd, the huge crowd is still here. They are in the queue. Let's go and talk to them. Sir, would you like to speak? आप बोलना चाहेंगे कि क्या? Yeah, there are other people. Sir, आप कुछ बोलना चाहेंगे कि why this Bahubali आप इतने excited है? You can see.
और excited हूँ भाई मैं.
What's the reason?
ये है क्या फर्स्ट तो ठीक थी. ये तो और भी अच्छी पब्लिक की रिव्यूज.
Would you like to speak, ma'am? So you can see the other people, they are in hurry, they really want to see this Bahubali, the conclusion, because they are in the kind of image the Bahubali one is created in their minds, the huge suspense, and as we have seen, there are a lot of people are talking about the graphics, the way it's been presented among us. That's the reason the people are thinking that there are some Indian directors and producers who can make bigger than Hollywood, like the people are especially talking about the graphics, the way it's been presented among us.
Absolutely. This, of course, broke many records and broke barriers. The first one did. It made the fans believe that a world-class product could come from India, and the fact that it was a regional language movie to begin with also made us sit up and take notice. Let's go back to Chennai right now. Muglin is still there with a bunch of people about to go in to watch the Bahubali 2, the sequel. Bahubali 1, Muglin, of course, crossed all barriers, like I keep saying. The kind of reactions we're seeing from people already seeing Bahubali, they seem to think that this is complete value for their money. Let's talk to people who've already seen it or perhaps want to go see it, whether or not they think Bahubali 2 will give them a bang for their buck, complete paisa vasool, as they say in northern parts of the country.
Yeah, we now joined by a group of youngsters who are now at the theaters to watch the movie. We can ask their expectations there. What made you to wait for 2 years to know why Kattappa killed Bahubali?
That was the only selling point of the movie, the revelation. So everybody is here for the same reason.
What are the expectations?
You mean we are hoping to see many grand VFX scenes, especially the war scenes, the climax scenes, and the great graphics up to the Hollywood.
What is your expectation, Bahubali?
Yeah, my expectation is high because first of all, the question why Kattappa killed Bahubali, it's world famous and it's like one of the questions which is unanswered till now. And other thing is Rana is really puffed up. He has worked out a lot. I'd like to see his moves and all stuff. And the fighting sequence will be really awesome.
You can see the curiosity is still a bit with the youngsters here. They want to watch the movie the first day. They want to know the revelation why Kattappa killed Bahubali.
All right, why did Kattappa kill Bahubali? It's almost now a saying, not just in Chennai or the southern parts of the country, but across the country, if we can believe the kind of reports we are seeing today. Let's check in Delhi NCR again. Harleen is out speaking to people who've already seen the movie. There are many others who've lined up. Harleen, are the shows still going full? There are hardly any tickets available, if I believe my sources.
Well, yes, the shows have been so far been house full, and the tickets are till another week, I would say, are sold out. And the shows, people are there are advanced bookings, as we know, and so far over 1 million tickets have been booked in advance. So the curiosity in people is obviously very high, and people are looking forward to see why Kattappa killed Bahubali.
All right, why did Kattappa kill Bahubali? That particular phrase is ringing in my head. I think I'm going to even listen to it when I'm sleeping today. Why did Kattappa kill Bahubali? That's the big question tonight. Ladies and gentlemen, the nation wants to know why Kattappa killed Bahubali. Arnab, let me come to you and ask you this. The fact that this particular trope in that movie, when the end of the last movie, the character of Kattappa kills the main character, that was a brilliant move, cinematically speaking. It not only laid down the ground for the sequel, but as we are hearing, why did Kattappa kill Bahubali is almost a line on everybody's lips today. That was a genius stroke by a genius filmmaker.
Yes, it was, definitely it was. But I don't want to reveal the secret, the suspense. As I have been repeating earlier also, the storyline becomes a little predictable. And once you know why he did what he did, there's not much interest left. However, I must also add that I have been to a lot of Salman Khan films on the first day itself, in the first show of any Shah Rukh film or Salman film, and I haven't seen this kind of a crowd. All the 4 theatres in the multiplex I went to were packed to capacity. I could barely manage 1 ticket for myself, and before that I had gone to another theatre where there were no tickets at all. So this kind of hysteria, this kind of euphoria is seldom seen for any Hindi film actor or any Hindi film itself. So I think, as I said, it's the whole experience that matters. And I'm told that Rajamouli is also planning theme parks, animation films, comics, merchandise, toys, and what have you, to make sure that the hysteria stays beyond the film.
No, would you say
even after the film is released and
that was
2 weeks, 3
needed.
weeks old, people will again start talking about other things.
No, absolutely, I understand. No, this is what Hollywood studios do. Arnab, and you know this better than I do. This is what Hollywood studios do on a yearly basis. They have a movie which they call the tent pole, which is the big summer blockbuster
Yes,
release.
Star Wars, yes.
Absolutely. And then the franchise moves ahead. There are toys, there are Happy Meal toys, there is lots of merchandise. Has Rajamouli cracked the Hollywood studio code and applied it in our country? And has he done it well? Because this is the kind of movie, like you said, there'll be animated comics, there'll be animated pictures. So out of one particular product, he's branched out. So So he's borrowing what Hollywood does best and implementing it in India. Would you say that's a fair assessment?
Well, it remains to be seen how successful he gets, you know, in the long run. But yes, so far he's been thoroughly, you know, successful because the hysteria that has been created around the film, and you know, very rarely it happens that a South Indian film, I mean, this is, you know, a South Indian film with an entire South Indian cast, and even the technical crew is from South India, generates any kind of curiosity among North Indian viewers. Very rarely it happens. I mean, probably this has happened for the first time. So, not only because this is the only Hindi film release, but also because there's so much around Bahubali that has been written about, and for the past
Clearly.
1.5 years to 2
and
years,
Rajamouli,
so much,
it does look like Rajamouli is,
you know, out in the
is
media,
getting adept at exploiting the kind of hysteria that you talk about today. We are getting callers as well, live callers calling in right now. Pavan is our first caller from Hyderabad. Go ahead, Pavan.
Yeah, good evening, everybody. I had the privilege to watch this movie in the noon along with the cast and crew of Bahubali, including Rajamouli and Anushka at IMAX Prasad's multiplex. I should say this is a once-in-a-lifetime movie, and I was just even going through one of your panelists. Since we are in South, we have been following Rajamouli's movies. He has nothing much to prove because he has already proved a lot. And I should say he is the only guy who is a complete package as a technician, as a director, and as a storyteller. So I should say this is a once-in-a-lifetime experience.
All right, Pavan, thank you for calling in. And I will not ask you the question why Kattappa killed Bahubali because I don't want you to tell me. I want to see the movie myself. Thank you for calling in, Pavan from Hyderabad. We'll be getting more calls as we go along. Let's just quickly check in one more time, if we can, if we have the time for it, with our colleagues Jayaprakash in Bangalore. Jayaprakash, very clearly, this is one movie that, although started out as a regional language movie, very quickly has become a cult movie, a cult film which will be remembered for at least a generation because it's not just the scale of the movie, it's not just the entertainment factor, it's also the fact that it's been almost 1.5 to 2 years since the first one came out, and the kind of hysteria we're seeing right now has sustained over to achievement.
Phenomenal response that way. You can say that there's a cult following for Bahubali. In fact, after the movie was released, it's been 2 years of building up to that entire movie with one line, why did Kattappa kill Bahubali? Then after that, whatever we have seen, the kind of build-up, the kind of media coverage that the movie deservedly got, and the response from the people too. We have seen bloggers and social media flooded with all kinds of forward WhatsApp messages. The build-up has been voluntary and from people. So that hype which was created, the movie has actually lived up to it as of now. We have not seen any movie getting this kind of response, especially in Bengaluru. The last time was for Kabali, of course. Then after that, for a long time, there has been a lull. And in the Indian cinema industry, in the history of Indian celluloid, we have never seen such a movie of this scale. And the magnitude and the kind of response it has got. So phenomenal response for a phenomenal movie.
Clearly larger than life, the movie has become. One more caller from Hyderabad again, Chandrasekhar, go ahead.
Yeah, I used to say that the critics on on the show, I think he has done enough movies. I appreciate your intent to get this critic, but he is not understanding the craft of the latest movie makers. And I think new set of critics should come now into the movie, And I wish Bahubali all the best. I wish you also to have a look at Bahubali, why, so-and-so killed so-and-so.
All right, thank
so
you for calling in. Chandrasekhar, I do believe the film critic was just doing his job. He wasn't necessarily criticizing the movie. But thank you for calling in. Everyone has their own opinion, as do you. Thank you for calling in, all the callers. Thank you, Faizan. Thank you, Muglin. Thank you, Harleen, Jayaprakash, and Arnab Banerjee. Why did the chicken cross the road? Because Kattappa killed Bahubali and he had no will to live anymore. On that note, I'll take a short break. I'll come right back.